The theme for this year's summit, Revolution in African Financial Systems, Blending Authenticity and Modernity, Pathways to Financial Inclusion, is both timely and crucial for our continent's future.
We are going to welcome on stage our guest of honor, His Excellency Julius Maada Bio, President of the Republic of Sierra Leone. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming His Excellency Julius Maada Bio, the President of the Republic of Sierra Leone. A round of applause, please. Thank you very much.
Mr. Chairman and organizers of this forum, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I bring you warm greetings from our beautiful country, Sierra Leone, as you saw, the land of unrivaled friendliness and strategic opportunities. I'm delighted to be here this morning with you all for this 9th edition of the Rebranding Africa Forum. It is great to see this array of leaders and partners in development and for rebranding Africa in this forum. This annual gathering has become a beacon of hope and progress for Africa, and I commend the organizers for their tireless effort in bringing Africans and well-wishers together. The theme for this year's summit, Revolution in African Financial Systems, Blending Authenticity and Modernity, Pathways to Financial Inclusion, is both timely and crucial for our continent's future. It underscores the fact that we are at a crossroads in developing our financial systems, where we must balance the rich tapestry of our African heritage with the demands of modernity. In so doing, we can pave the way for greater financial inclusion, a goal that has far-reaching implications for our people and economies. Financial inclusion is not just about providing access to banking services, but also empowering our citizens, especially in underserved and remote parts of our continent. Financial inclusion is about fostering entrepreneurship and innovation, which are the cornerstones of economic growth, and creating opportunities for all, regardless of their socio-economic status or geographical location. The revolution of Africa's financial system is not merely technological. It is a revolution of ideas, policies, and strategies. It is a revolution that seeks to harness the power of modern financial technology while respecting our rich cultural diversity and traditions. Ladies and gentlemen, I will use this keynote address to highlight some of the development efforts we have made in Sierra Leone to shape a positive narrative of our country, once regarded as the Athens of West Africa. Since May 2018, my government has made visible strides in education, healthcare services, agriculture, gender empowerment, and poverty eradication programs. And that is all geared towards improving the quality of life of our citizens. Let me start with education. Under my government's Education for Development agenda, We invested heavily in our young and dynamic population as we recognize that our most substantial asset is the human resources. We have witnessed an exponential improvement in access to quality education for all our children in Sierra Leone. Our free quality education program has created great access, quality, and equity for over 2 million children by removing financial barriers to school enrollment and improving teaching and learning outcomes. Through our radical inclusion policy, more children from urban towns and remote villages, children living with disabilities, pregnant girls, and parent learners who had previously been excluded from schools now have tuition-free access to education. We believe education is a human right, not a luxury. Our radical inclusion strategy in education and the impact of the successes Sierra Leone has experienced are transformational, and that has been lauded globally and solidify our nation's position as a champion of education. Now I come to gender empowerment. In the past 5 years, at the helm, my government has worked tirelessly to promote and protect women's rights. We have enacted the Gender Equality and Women's Empowerment Act, mandating a 30% minimum representation of women in elective and appointive positions in all spheres of our society. Under my new administration, we strive to surpass the 30% quota and bring more competent women to the fore in our national development efforts. Also, my government's huge investment in agriculture, mining, and infrastructure development helped reshape the country's socio-economic development trajectory in the past 5 years. The other menace that I've had to tackle is fighting corruption. We curbed corruption significantly and promoted transparency in government. We believe an open and transparent government is essential for maintaining our people's trust and building a prosperous and peaceful nation. Human rights. We also repealed the criminal libel law that stood in our country's way of press freedom and abolished the death penalty. Financial inclusion. In the past 5 years, we have prioritized financial inclusion, which correlates to our government's effort towards positioning Sierra Leone to play a leading role in the fourth industrial revolution. My government launched a national payment switch earlier this year to promote fast progress with financial inclusion. This new financial infrastructure will encourage the modernization of the country's national payment system. It will facilitate interoperability of card transactions among channels and payment service providers, including banks, microfinance institutions, mobile money operators, and financial technology firms. This will stimulate innovation and competition in the financial sector and foster progress towards financial inclusion in Sierra Leone. Ladies and gentlemen, we achieved all of these milestones despite unprecedented challenges and global shocks impacting the cost of living globally and in Sierra Leone in particular. Today, Sierra Leone is a member of the United Nations Security Council in the non-permanent category. The progress we made under my administration has garnered Sierra Leone's respect in the Committee of Nations. I'm proud to highlight that Sierra Leone vied for the non-permanency of the United Nations Security Council. Out of 192 countries that voted, we got votes from about 188 nations. So we have returned to the Security Council after nearly 52 years hiatus. We will use our 2-year tenure to promote global peace and security with a specific focus on ECOWAS and Sahel regions, and strongly advocate for the common African position on the reform of the Security Council. Ladies and gentlemen, having won the popular mandate to lead the people of Sierra Leone for a second 5-year term, my government is even more poised to consolidate the development gains recorded in the last 5 years. Our 5-year mandate echoes the call for continuity. The new transformation agenda is an ambitious vision to spur sustainable economic growth and social progress in Sierra Leone. This agenda encapsulates the spirit of progress, seizing the newfound opportunities we have forged while confronting emerging challenges and propelling Sierra Leone towards middle-income status by 2035. We will focus on 5 key strategic initiatives to shape our nation's course and improve the quality of life of our people in the next 5 years. The first of the 5 key game changers is Feed Salon program, which I officially launched on Monday this week, October 16, 2023. This will ignite agricultural productivity, promote food security and sovereignty, and foster inclusive economic growth, laying a solid foundation for sustained prosperity of our country. Human capital development agenda is the second, and this will focus on promoting gender equality and nurturing the skills required for industries of the 21st century, empowering our workforce to a transformative future. Youth Employment Scheme, we unleash a focused initiative to create abundant job opportunities, providing our young talents a platform to flourish and contribute to our nation's progress. Technology and infrastructure. This will serve as an engine for sustained economic growth, harnessing the power of innovation and robust infrastructure to propel Sierra Leone to middle-income status. The fifth will be revamping the public service architecture. That is to usher in a new era of service delivery and professionalism, enhancing the effectiveness of public sector institutions. These strategic national development initiatives form the bedrock upon which we shall usher in a profound change, catalyzing economic growth, alleviating hunger and poverty, generating abundant employment prospects, and fostering resilience in adversity. Together with our partners, we will transform Sierra Leone. My government recognizes that the private sector is the engine of economic growth and a needed ally for our transformation agenda. Since 2018, we have systematically improved the legal, regulatory, and institutional framework for ease of doing business to attract credible and strategic investors as we seek equitable partnerships for economic diversification. We, therefore, invite all of you to join us as Sierra Leone is on a path to sustainable growth and irreversible progress. Ladies and gentlemen, Africa is the last investment frontier in the world. The African market will help boost global growth. Africa cannot be ignored. It is time for us to fully harness the continent's vast human and natural resources to decisively transform the gloomy narratives and prevalence of negativities about Africa through practical actions in every field of endeavor. To achieve this, Africa must always look inside. It must look increasingly within itself to build wealth. Greater private sector investment and regional trade will be needed to boost Africa's economic growth and development. As I close, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, financial inclusion is a sure path to achieving sustainable economic growth and social progress in Africa. Our governments must enact enabling policies to enhance financial inclusion by increasing access to a wide range of financial services, notably the underserved groups such as SMEs, women, young entrepreneurs, and the base of the pyramid population. No single country or institution can achieve financial inclusion alone. We must collaborate as a continent, forging partnerships and collaborations with both private and public sectors. We can make great strides towards our common goal by pooling our resources and expertise. The integration of African financial markets will help to deepen investment across the continent. Regional integration is especially important to help Africa reduce its exposure to external economic shocks. Greater regional trade will open up huge opportunities for industrialization. The free movement of people will also accelerate integration of labor markets and promote more competitive service industries. Ladies and gentlemen, the world is a global village. We cannot rebrand Africa without international partnerships. Africa needs strategic partnerships based on mutual respect and trust. Partners that do not dictate which strategies or tools we should adopt and how to implement them. We need partners to support our homegrown strategies and development pathways for our nation's unique challenges and opportunities. I call on the international community to support our effort for a prosperous and financially inclusive Africa to benefit our continent and the world. Africa needs political and social stability to be the norm and adequate legal and regulatory frameworks to attract credible investors to the continent. I remain committed to working hand in hand with my colleagues heads of state to realize these goals. Together, we can drive a revolution in our financial system to bring authenticity and modernity towards greater financial inclusion. Let this Rebranding Africa Forum catalyze the change. Let it be the spark that ignites the revolution we seek in African financial systems. With authenticity and modernity as our guiding principles, and with the commitment and dedication of all stakeholders, we can create a more inclusive and prosperous future for Africa. With these few words, I want to thank you, and I wish the summit a resounding success. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Thank you very much. President of Sierra Leone. Thank you very much. Excellency, I'm going to ask you to stay on the stage. Thank you very much.
Please subscribe to my new YouTube channel CLIN and hit the notification bell to be notified for new videos.